a version of you that's already made the leap, already walked away from the career that you've spent 20 years building, already started the business, gone back to school, said the thing out loud she's never would have said decades ago. She's not a different woman. She's you minus the doubt. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Ileana, midlife mindset and wellness coach. And this is episode 1 of a brand new series I've created to walk you through the mindset, the identity work, the practical steps to move you into your reinvention era. My hope with this series is that it stirs something in you and inspires you to finally take the steps towards the life that you've been wanting. So, what's actually going on? Why are so many women, specifically in midlife, finally making the decision to change and pivot into something they've been dreaming about? That's exactly where we're starting with. But before we dig in, I built a free companion to this entire series. It's a reinvention workbook, including small actions each day designed to work alongside these videos. It's linked below. Grab it now so that you can do the activities as we go on. So let's talk about why now. Here's the first reason this is happening. It's simply more socially and culturally accepted now than it was for our mothers and grandmothers' generation. Think about it. A generation or two ago, a woman reaching midlife was largely expected to raise their kids, keep the household, and support her husband's career. Reinvention wasn't really on the table for them. And if a woman wanted more, she often didn't feel she could even say it out loud. That's not the case anymore. Today, we talk openly about wanting more than just that. And here's why that matters more than it might seem. When we see someone like us do something difficult and going after their dreams, our brain updates what it believes it's possible for us. And the research on midlife women specifically backs this up. A 2026 study found that despite how hard the transition was, the outcomes were consistently positive. Women moved from career dissatisfaction toward real fulfillment, improved health, and stronger sense of contributions to others. The second reason is that we have resources our mothers, grandmothers never had. 20 years ago, if you wanted to start a business, change careers, or build something new, you largely had to figure it out alone, with almost no visible examples of women who done it before you. Today, you have social media, online courses, AI tools, remote work, entire communities of women who've walked this exact path and are documenting it in real time. You're not doing this in a vacuum. You have proof that it is possible, and you have tools to actually build it, often without needing to walk away from your entire life to do it. And the data backs up how common this shift has actually become. According to labor mobility research, roughly 7% of workers around age 45 still make an annual job move. And the median age of the US labor force is now in the early 40s, which economists says is part of why career reinvention is becoming less of an exception and more of an expected part of long-term career growth. The third reason, your brain wasn't even done developing when you made your first big life decisions. Here's the one that changes how a lot of women see their own story. Many of the biggest decisions of your life, your career path, who you married, where you settled, were likely made in your teens, early to mid 20s. And here's the thing, neuroscience tells us the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for long term planning, weighing in consequences, and understanding who you really are, isn't fully developed until around age 25. And for some people, even later, which means a lot of us didn't fully choose our first version of our adulthood. We inherited it, shaped by what our parents expected, what felt safe, what everyone around us was doing, or simply because we needed to start somewhere. And that was the path in front of us. And all of that happened before that part of our brain had even finished developing. This means that the woman that you are now, with decades of lived experience, with everything that you've survived, learned, and paid attention to along the way, is finally uncovering what you actually want. Maybe for the first time, not what you were told to want, not what was safe or expected, what's actually true for you after all that lived experiences. Reason number four, the emptiness season opens a door. This one is especially common for mothers. For years, your time and identity were built around caretaking, kids, a household, a career, often all at once. Then, somewhere in your 40s, the kids got older, more independent, busier with their own life, and you become an empty nester. Suddenly, there's a gap where your full time caretaking used to be. Into that gap comes questions like, what now? What do I actually want? Not what my family wants, not what my job wants. What do I want? If you've been asking yourself some version of that question and feeling almost guilty about it, hear me clearly. You're not selfish. You are simply in the exact season where those questions are supposed to show up, and ignoring them won't make them go away. They just get louder. This is exactly the question of day one of the free reinvention workbook, which is about putting your own oxygen mask on first and giving yourself permission to actually want something for you. If you haven't started it yet, it's linked below. Reason number five, it's not about the money. It's about alignment. Here's a research finding that surprised even me. When researchers studied what actually drives people to change careers in midlife, money was not the top reason. According to a 2026 career change statistics report, the three leading motivations were unsupportive or unhealthy work environment. That was 43%. Poor work, life and balance or well being. That was 41%. And values and purpose alignment. That was 40%, with pay being 30%. Meaning that what's actually driving most reinvention isn't a bigger paycheck, it's meaning. And this isn't a decision most women make overnight. That same research found that 3 and 4 career changers had been thinking about the change for a year or more before acting, and 1 in 4 had been considering it for 3 years or longer. So if you've been sitting on an idea for a long time, feeling like something's wrong with you for not having acted yet, that deliberation period isn't wasted time or a personal failure. Reason number six, this isn't just happening to you. This is happening across an entire generation of women at the exact same time. Women watching each other, learning from each other, and finally refusing to keep chasing a version of success that doesn't actually feel like anything. Researchers who studied midlife women describe the stage as a genuine crossroads. Either stay in roles and routines that no longer fit, or actively seek renewal through more meaningful work and a different way of living. And it's not rare. Recent research found that roughly 1 in 3 professionals aged 45 to 54 expect to make a significant career change before they retire. So here's what I want you to take from this video. If you've been feeling that steering, that pull towards a different version of your life, it is not a crisis. It is not a character flaw. It's biology, it's timing, it's culture, and it's a natural next chapter for a woman who has spent decades taking care of everyone and everything else and is finally asking what she wants to. Maybe it's one of these reasons for you. Maybe it's several of them at once. It doesn't have to be all six for this to be real. Whatever combination brought you here, it makes completely sense that you're at this exact point, ready for reinvention. This is what the rest of this series is for. We're going to work through the mindset, the belief work, the identity shift, the practical step together, one video at a time. Let me give you an action step for this week. Say this sentence out loud, even if it feels strange at first. I'm allowed to want more, and it's not too late to build it. Notice how it feels. Notice what comes up. And tell me in the comment, what is the why now moment that brought you to this video? Your comment isn't just for me. Someone else feeling alone in this might read your words and realize that she's not the only one. That's what I want this space to become, a place where we're not just watching each other's reinvention from a distance, but actually cheering each other on through them. So share your story. Share this video with a woman who needs to know she's not alone. And subscribe because this is episode 1 of the Reinvention Era, and I want you to be here for all of it. If you haven't already, grab the free Reinvention workbook linked below. It is the perfect place to start turning everything that we talk about today into action. And remember, you are not too old, it is not too late, and you are not behind. You are right on time for the amazing life that you are creating. I'll see you in the next video. Take good care of yourself and go be unstoppable. Bye, friend.